Mr Speaker.
Katrina Shanks.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. First, I'd like to offer my condolences on the loss of New Zealand soldier Private Karifi Miller. My thoughts and prayers are with the soldier's family and friends today and for the next weeks, which will be hard for them coming up. Mr Speaker, I'd just like to respond quickly to the Wellington Member of Parliament, Grant Robertson, who got up and said, well, actually, National doesn't do anything for growth and doesn't do anything to get New Zealand ahead. Well, I just want to comment that actually when we had the Hobbit that was at risk in Wellington, we didn't hear a word from that member. He was silent on what was happening with the Hobbit. Right. So if he is really serious about getting some industry into Wellington, he's got to stand up and actually back what's happening within Wellington, and Hobbit is absolutely crucial for Wellington and keeping Peter Jackson in Wellington. So today we saw part of history. Today the 49th Parliament of New Zealand had the privilege to witness the first address of any foreign leader in our House of Representatives. Today New Zealanders from around the country were able to watch live as the Prime Minister of Australia, the Honourable Julia Gillard, spoke in this very debating chamber. Australia and New Zealand in our debating chamber, we are two nations whose histories are innately entwined. And today we were two nations whose futures together are boundless. Mr Speaker, today history was made in the National-led government's vision for an even closer friendship, relationship, union was born. The ongoing development of a trans-Tasman single economic market, a seamless operating environment for Australia and New Zealand businesses. These are the ends to which our government is working towards. And today that was the vision of the Prime Minister Gillard, and that was what she committed to. The relationship between New Zealand and Australia has always been one of great importance to us. In her speech, the Prime Minister said that New Zealand and Australia were island nations to whom nobody owes a living. If we gain any advantage in the world, it is because we fight for it and we earn it. Today, as our Prime Minister signed the Closer Economic Relations Investment Protocol, the National-led government achieved a milestone which will become fundamental to this fight. Enhanced economic relations between our two nations are fundamental to our goal of a single economic market for our nations. For over 30 years, New Zealand and Australia have pursued greater economic integration and partnership. We believe that a strong economic relationship between our two countries will benefit both of us. In her speech, Julia Gillard talked about cross-pollination and ideas and innovations between our nations, and in particular between our country's business sectors. The wealth of knowledge and businesses will be able to share, and in fact learn, and we will be great. As we work towards a common goal of a single economic market, our economies will be able to complement each other in our strengths and pull each other up through our weaknesses. At the end of last year, I attended the Wellington Regional Her Businesswoman of the Year Awards. Fresh ideas, innovation and recipients who through their hard work and passion were leading the way in their fields. The winner of the Supreme Award, Camille Welch, owner and general manager of a label making and printing business in Petone, was selected for her personal drive and business sense. She proved that business excellence and environmental friendliness can be mutually rewarding. Tourism, agriculture, film, New Zealand has the knowledge to lead the world in many of the fields. But as John Powell once said, the only real mistake is the one in which we learn nothing. The easier we make it for companies to operate in both New Zealand and Australia, the more we will learn and the greater the opportunities for business. Refreshing ideas, innovation and expertise. This underpins long-term business growth in New Zealand and underpins a strong economy for our country. Like most New Zealanders, I have experienced firsthand how the unique relationship between our nations allows Kiwis and Aussies to lead successful lives in each other's countries. For the past 25 years, my sister has lived and worked in Australia. And any other time in history, taking my family to visit her or her to visit me could be a completely different story. But today in New Zealand, it has never been easy. We visit each other continually back and across the ditch. As our closest ally, the idea that people can move, work, live across the ditch is often taken for granted by New Zealanders. Many countries can't do this with ease as we do ourselves. For business and investors, enjoying such a seamless transition is a goal of our government. Mr Speaker, as Prime Minister Gillard stood in front of our colleagues today, she said that New Zealand may be a small nation, but we are one with a bold vision of its place in this world. Our government is one of a vision, and for this I would like to...
Order.
Thank you, Mr Speaker.